So you're down at the yard every night, and this season has been utterly spectacular. It's been the spring and summer of love, right? Every night. And you've been doing this a long time, right? And we've been covering games forever. And I was a beat writer in New York and the whole thing. I've never seen baseball consumed in April, May, and June the way it's been consumed at Citizens Bank Park. The level of like playoff kind of atmosphere and cheering and what is it, Tommy? Because it feels like October 2 years ago or less.
Well, I think that and I think that's where it's coming from, Ant. I mean, I think it's coming from those 2 years. You know, if you remember 2 years ago when the Phillies were playing well and they were vying for the postseason, the crowds weren't necessarily there every single night because people hadn't totally bought in. And I think they've bought in now. And I do think this is a fun team to watch. I think the daycare, the Bohms, the Stotts, the Marshes, I mean, they attract people. I think Harper obviously attracts people. I think Schwarber is the everyman. And I think this pitching staff is really good. And the other part of it, too, I do think the change in rules have brought people back to the game. I know there are people, and I may be one of them, who say, I don't care how long the game is. But I will recognize that these games, the pace of these games are great. And I think people realize that. I don't know. I just think it's taken time. They've built equity these last 2 years with the two teams they had. And I think people are buying into it. It's a lot like it was in 08, 09, and 10, and 11 at the ballpark. There's that atmosphere. And I've always said that you cannot find a place better than Citizens Bank Park when it is filled to capacity. It doesn't matter if it's April, May, or October. You can't find a better facility than this place.
Listen, I'm with you. I think it surpassed that 07 to 11 run. It's the energy.
It may have
the energy. Yeah. Like Tommy Mack. Like I was with the Yankees in the '90s, and I'm at Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium, and I mean, listen, you went on a Sunday afternoon in the summer, and it was packed, and it was a sellout, and there was energy. But this energy is even more. It's like on steroids. Like I can't explain it.
No doubt. And the other part of it too is that it is lending itself to the success of this team. I mean, you ask any of the players. I mean, they're feeding off of it. I mean, beyond the fact that they're 27-10, they're 27-10 at home. I mean, it's remarkable to see the success rate that they have at home. So. My hope is that they have a clean week this week against the Red Sox and the Orioles, and they go back home again. They're going to be fairly close to the same number of games at home and on the road by the time this trip ends. And my hope is that they can, they'll be 27-10 at home. I mean, maybe they could be 21 and whatever on the road, and I think that would be a really good thing.
We all silly like the mayor.